What's Welcome to InTheMixLive.com. This is the Underground movement. I have Drew the Hustler and that boy Dre here to perform Party, Party, Party. Hey, what it do, baby? Yeah. Let's go. From Falls Town to D-Town, the connection, baby. Tommy and T, we here. In the mix live, baby. Hey. From Texas to Cali, from New York to Miami, from Chicago to Toronto, on the beach in Puerto Rico. We party and party and party all night. We party and party and party. We start out in Dallas, catch a game at Jerry's Palace, hit the nightclub, beat Enigma, so we can catch that quick buzz. And it's a strip club when we hit the funk in the dip dub. They keep it crunk. I'm on 6th Street in Austin, in a rock club where they my shit. I'm in Diego at Stingery. It be going down in Cali, from LA to SC, from Long Beach you'll find me. I'm in New York eating cheesecake on the top of the Empire State Building. I'm swagging, I'm partying on top of the ceiling. From Philly to Boston to Shreveport to New Orleans, from Diego to Orlando, on the beach in San Francisco. We party and party and party all night. We party and party and party. Hey, I'm in Jersey with Snooki, fist pumping, the Popoli D. I got J's on in Chicago, it's Boricua and Puerto Rico, in Miami where they call me Poppy. There's a party all night where the after party. In New Orleans, let me see your chest. It's Mardi Gras, beef beats for breath. In Vegas, at Rhino, shooting dice at the casino, at Caesars, Presidential Suite, 2751 room service, please. I need a limo quick and I need it stretch. I'm 5 up, so here's the tip. In Daytona on the tailgate, watching NASCAR with a cold case. Z to Vegas, all the way down to Los Angeles, from C to PA, on the streets on South Padre. We party and party and party all night. We party and party and party. I'm in Shreveport when I hit the boot. It's the Hustlers Club in the Hustlers mood. In Bricktown, OKC, I'm young swagging. KD in Toronto with the Red Leaf, where it's legal to smoke weed. I'm in Big Fork, Montana, Magic City, Atlanta. I'm freestyling in Detroit with Cheddar Bob on 8 Mile. In Nashville with my boots on, I'm getting my boots goon boogie on. In Boston at the Irish pub with the Irish boys, getting Irish drunk. And party and party and party all night. From Texas to Cali, from New York to Miami, from Chicago to Toronto, on the beach in San Francisco. We party and party and party all night. We party and party and party all night. No. What's up, man? So, party time, like party. Dig that, man. Definitely appreciate the performance. So, everybody, we'll be right back with Drew the Hustler on the couch, and it's going down. InTheMixLive.com. Dig. Welcome back to the Underground movement. As always, I'm your host, the BUB. Today I have Drew the Hustler in the building. What's up? Who just rocked the Mix Live stage, man. Definitely appreciate that, the party song. So, man, so tell me, man, we was just talking a little bit before we started about how that song came about, because you're telling me that's normally not the party thing. It's just not that's not the only thing that you do. So tell us a little bit about how that song came about.
Well, the way that the track came out was that we were in, I was in Los Angeles, I was in Miami, I was in Chicago, and then we stopped in Vegas. And when we went to Vegas, like every club that we were going into, it was like they had this up-tempo type stuff, and there's lines wrapped around the building. And I'm trying to get a track out there where I could get it on a national base, so.
Of course.
I just thought, you know what, if this is what people are wanting to listen to and this is what people are buying, I had an idea. I said, well, why don't I do something like this? And then I put it all together, jumped back in the studio, went and killed it. That's #1 on like 13 different radio stations, man, and we killing the game.
Cool, man. Hey, it's a hot track, you know.
Appreciate it.
Been jamming it. I let my DJ listen to it yesterday. So, you know, he was asking me, you know, cause that's something he could throw into the mix. I was like, he probably won't mind, but I'll let him know.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
And so, so you know, we'll holler at K-Styles and, you know, tell him to put it into the mix, man. And so, man, so you're an artist.
Yeah.
But on top of that, man, I'm informed that you also you have your own studio.
Yeah. Well, I own my own record label. I own my own recording studio. I try to do a little bit of everything. I manage about 4 different artists. We got about 2 different producers that are underneath me. We got a DJ that's underneath me, and then on top of that, we run a full-out recording studio where we do T-shirts, we do CD duplications, we do websites, we do graphics, we do studio recording, pretty much anything underneath the sun, man. Tony and T, man. If you're trying to do what you got to do, man, it's a one-stop shop when you hit the Falls.
Falls Town. For y'all that don't know what Falls Town is, that's Wichita Falls, Texas.
Yeah.
You know, but for those that don't know, holla my boy Jay Star out there, man. And so did you start off on the end of being an artist, or did you start off on the back end as being running the studio?
I started off being an artist. See, where I come from, man, nobody ever wanted to, nobody wanted to support the movement, you know what I'm saying? So when I came in, it was like, oh, here comes this Mexican guy, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna do nothing, he ain't gonna kill the game, you know?
Yeah.
But my goal was to take over my city. Once I take over the city, then I can move on to bigger and better things, you know? So what I did is when they told me, you know what, you ain't gonna make it in this town, you're not gonna get played on the radio, you're not gonna do nothing. I went off and I pressed up my CDs, I did everything I could, and I posted up on every single corner in the city. Yeah. I'm talking about from the east side to the west side to the north side. People was looking at me crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. People were throwing bottles at us, spitting at us.
What?
Yeah. And it was like, you know, at first it was kind of like, man, kind of like you begging for somebody to listen to your music. But at the end of the day, I got respect from it, you know. People was like, man, this dude really hungry. This dude's really out here.
Like
really
he's still here. He ain't going nowhere,
He's
right?
still here, you know.
Yeah.
So I just kept fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, and then pretty much it opened up them gates. And then now everybody in the city knows who I am just putting a little bit of hard work in, you know. And then it just kind of built up from there to owning my own studio. Man, it's a lot of big accomplishments for me, you know what I'm saying? Just moving up in the game and just trying to do what I got to do to make it, you know.
Yeah, I can dig it, man. So I see that's why they call you Drew the Hustler.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is. That's why I got my name, man. Same thing like with the radio. Like where I come from, man, they didn't play no local music. Like nobody would let nobody get on the local radio station. And I was bound and determined to get on. I kept going to the radio station, man, listen to this, listen to this, listen to this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they oh, this is wrong with it, this is wrong with it, oh, this is wrong with it. So I finally said, you know what, cool, you know. Well, then he had this thing called Broke as a Joke Records, right? Okay. And like what it is they take like songs and they do like spoofs, you know. We take them and we make them funny or whatnot. But anyways, he has every rapper in Wichita like, man, hey, you need to get on this, you need to get on this, you need to get on this. And everybody was like, man, Broke as a Joke Records, man, that kind of sounds lame, man. I don't want nothing to do with that. When he asked me, I was like, man, you know what? That gets me on the radio. You know what I'm saying?
Smart man.
So I jumped on that, and then the ratings went from like low to like skyrocket high. Got Station of the Year, and we just and people just started hearing my name. So then after that, the radio program director was like, all right, well, you deserve a chance. He asked his boss, and then next thing you know, got my song played on the radio. Yeah. So it's just like that, man. When people tell you no, don't let that door close in your face, because at the end of the day, if you keep banging on that door, somebody gonna answer it. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. If you try to answer anything, you're gonna hear about 3 to 5 no's before you hear one yes in most cases, man.
Sure.
So I'm interested to know what was the first spoof song that you did?
The first spoof song we did was okay, it was that T.I. song, You Can Have Whatever You, what is it? You Can Have Whatever You Like?
Yeah, whatever you like, yeah.
We changed it up and we did like a, like you know, like the McDonald's, like French fries, cheeseburger. If it costs $1, man, you can have whatever you like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just kind of played with it. When people heard it, they were like, next thing you know, people wouldn't even listen to the T.I. song. They was talking about everywhere I go. They'd be like, hey, French fries. I was like, oh man. But you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like I said, man, it got me out there, and it did its job, man, and it got to me to the point where I need to be. As of now, since then, I've had about 6 #1 records on the radio, and just keep pushing, man. Like I said, I got this song right here is #1 on about 13 different radio stations, and then now I've got my new one called The Comeback, and it's looking real live, man. Got the new album, The Jet Life, coming out.
Yeah.
and just doing big things, man.
Okay, and so the Jet Life, this is a full album.
Yeah.
Working with your own personal producers only. You got other producers out there you kind of been touching bases with, or?
Yeah. Shout out to Stratton, San Diego, California, Capricorn Studios. You know what I'm saying? He's the one holding it down for like the mix and mastering processes and stuff like that, and getting it all exactly where it needs to be. But for the most part, I do a lot of my stuff. But when it comes to my music, and it has to be. Like, this album's a real big record for me, so I want everything to go perfect with it. So I'm actually sending this one off and trying to get some major numbers with it, so.
Cool, man. And is this your first full album, or how many albums deep are you?
This is actually my, well, it's actually about like my 5th album, but it's like my actual 2nd debut, like, that's actually coming out where people can actually get on iTunes and download it and stuff like that. Everything else has been like mixtapes, or you know how it goes in the hood, man. Somebody kicked in the door and got the studio and took off with the tracks, and man, you out of there. So I mean, but man, came a long way, man. This album, The Jet Life, man. What it means is the jet life has been gone. You know what I'm saying? We heading straight to the top. Ain't taking no for an answer, man. And just living that life, just the mindset of the jet life. You know what I'm saying? Just puts you there where you don't want to sit at home and just wait for something to be handed to you, because ain't nothing ever been handed to me, man. Like I told you, man.
Gotta go get it.
Gotta go, either whether it's posting up on every single corner with your CD, or, you know what I'm saying, keep going up to that radio station, or just doing whatever you gotta do. It's just like coming here with you, you know what I'm saying? A couple weeks back, my boy Bossolini, shout out to Bossolini and Royalty Records, you know what I'm saying? They was out there, he brought me out here, and he was just like, man, you gotta come check me out, blah, blah, blah. And I wasn't even on the show, you know what I'm saying? But I still came to show him love, because, you know what I'm saying, that's what type of dude I am, man. Wherever there's some opportunities or something like that, if I wouldn't have came with him last week, I wouldn't be here today. So, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Bossolini, you know what I'm saying, put me out that love.
And so, man, so this is where we're at right now. We're at Jet Life, and we're partying. So let's back up a little bit. So we know how you got on the radio, kind of built your name in Fallstown. So what I want to know is, man, how did you even become an artist? Like, what drove you to be an artist? What got you into the music?
What got me into the music, man? I always loved music, man. Like when I was younger, man, that's all I would do is I'd sit there and try to write songs, and my mom would be like, "What do you? Are you want to be a musician in life?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I do," you know. And a little bit later on, you know, I was pretty good in sports. I'm an athlete, you know what I'm saying? Like we was talking basketball and stuff like that. I love basketball and football and stuff like that. But man, my main passion was just music, man.
Okay.
When I went to college for a year, man, and when I went up there, there's a couple dudes doing their thing, and I would go in there, and you know, the only Mexican, you know, be like everybody else, they'd be like, I'd be the only Mexican. I go in there and I'd kill it, you know. And I always had a pack of haters no matter where I go, you know what I'm saying? When you go in and you wreck mics, and you just got to do what you got to do best and show them what you do. So what inspired me to do music is really me, man. I got a hunger for winning, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that losing factor. So when it comes to music, man, music just, to me, it relates about life, you know what I'm saying? You can express what you're feeling, and when you can relate to somebody, you know, that they can really feel it, you know what I'm saying? That's just the best feeling in the world, man. And I love it when fans come up to me and they're like, they run up on me, they're like, Drew, man, I can't even, you know what I'm saying? And they run up on me and they feel like they know me, you know what I'm saying? Because they listen to my music so much that they feel like they get to know me as a person.
Of course.
But when they come up and I'm just like, hey, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? It's good to meet you, you know what I'm saying? I always try to show love to them, but that's the reason why I do it for, man. I love music. I love everything about it, man. When you can connect to the next person, you know? I mean, ain't no better feeling than that, man.
Nah, it's not, man. That's what I'm saying. The tracks that I recently heard, I like that. I'm just saying, because it was definitely relates to life, you know, love, relationships, and so that's something that we all go through at some point in time,
for sure.
So who are you currently jamming, or who were, you know, what artists, or you know, what type of music were you listening to before you got started?
Before I got started, or right now? Both. When I first started, I ain't gonna lie, man, shout out to Lil Flip, you know what I'm saying? When Flip first came out on the scene, you know, he actually came up to the city and he brought Dirty Third. I don't know if you remember Dirty Third, you know? And when Charlie Boy and all them were with them all. And they brought them all to the city, you know, and I was like 15, you know, and when I went in there, I just saw them and I was like, dang, man, these boys are for reals, man. These boys are in my city, man. And there was another group, you know what I'm saying, from Wichita Falls. Shout out to Struggle Affiliation, you know what I'm saying. If y'all watching, man, if it wasn't for y'all, man, I probably wouldn't be here, you know what I'm saying. I remember they popped trunk and they had a CD and they gave it to me, you know what I'm saying. D-Lo and all them boys, OP, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ OP, man. He put on for the city for the longest time, man. Make sure to give him his props, man. Legend in the city. But when they had that CD, they were all just posted up in the park, and I got it, and I was like, dang, man, these boys are from the same city. I could do the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I do it, you know? And I just kind of I took it from there and took it to a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying? And it actually made me real happy, man. The other day I was at the radio station and we got a phone call coming in. It was actually DJ OP, and he called up there and he's like, hey, what's up, Drew? And he's just like, I just want to tell you, man, you know, you've held it down for a long time, man, and I'm proud of you, man. Okay. And to me, you know what I'm saying, that was like, that's a big deal, you know, because these are the boys that started the hip-hop music movement, got you started out there. And he's just like, you know, I really have a good feeling about you, you know, I have a feeling on what you're doing, man, and I like your movement and everything like that. And that's just like a boost of confidence for me, you know what I'm saying, because I've been working so hard and so long. It should be, man. I mean, it definitely should be. And nothing like knowing, like you say, you know, when you were 15, the guy that got you started calls and gives you, some love, man. It's a good feeling. So, man, it should be a great feeling, man. Yeah. So I can only imagine. So, as an artist, as a studio owner, all around business, man, what should your fans, what should the people know about Drew the Hustler? That, man, I do it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I do it for the people. That's what I do it for. I mean, yeah, the money, the fame, all that's great and everything, man. But I love music on a 100 note. You know what I'm saying? Like, the music to me is everything. When I can ride by and I listen, I hear my songs playing in somebody's car. You know what I'm saying? That's the best feeling in the world to me. So I mean, that's what I give back to my artists, my people. Is that, you know, I want them to feel like how I am. I'm just an average person, just like you. You know what I'm saying? I'm no different. Maybe I could I could put my feelings on a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? And put it down. You know, but that's my whole goal, is to make you feel better about your life, whether it's a breakup song or a party song or a, you know what I'm saying, I hate you song. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you know, it's got to relate to you. So yeah, man. And about the business side, man, I'm an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? I'm hungry. Just like I said, when they told me no, I wasn't gonna stop. So when they told me I can run my own studio, when they told me I couldn't become who I am, I did what I had to do, you know what I'm saying? And opened up the doors, and next thing you know, it's the spot. Seems like that word no seems to motivate you. I love it, man. You would think that it would stop somebody, but it stops so many people. You know, I'm here, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling with you on the red couch, you know what I'm saying? 2014, you know? And beyond, and it keeps on going. Keeps going. Hey, man, you know, real quick, I know you brought some of your people with you, you're going to bring them on, but before we do that, tell people how they can find you. How can they find your music? How can they follow you on the social networking? You know, how can we contact Drew the Hustler? How can we book you for a show, you know? Well, you just said it, Drew the Hustler. You know what I'm saying? You can Google me. Google Drew the Hustler. SoundCloud, Drew the Hustler. Facebook, Drew the Hustler. Twitter, Drew the Hustler. Reverb Nation, Drew the Hustler. Like I said, Google me, Drew the Hustler. You'll find me, no doubt about it. You can go to iTunes, Amazon, eMusic, whatever you want to do. Go to YouTube. YouTube, Drew 24/7 Hustler. I also go by that as well. Okay. You know, but I kind of shortened it up as Drew the Hustler because a lot of people mess it up. So, you know, we go on different things like that. But yeah, you can pretty much find me anywhere on the net, man. Drew the Hustler, Drew 24/7 Hustler. I'm here, man. Straight up. Bet. So Drew the Hustler. That's all you need to know. Just Google him, just search him. You got it. You'll find him. Real easy to do, man. He is jamming. You know, you need some studio time. He can get with you. So you need a performance. He can do that. So you know, we gonna make it happen. We'll be right back in a moment with his crew. What's up, man? This is Undaground Movement. So, InTheMixLive.com, VUV, and this is the Underground Movement. So we back with Drew the Hustler and his crew, or some of his crew, TGA. Yeah. What's up, fellas? So we got Josh. We got Josh right here. We got a little Dre over there. What's happening? So you rocked the stage a minute ago as the hype man. Yeah, man. And so let's talk to you for a second, little Dre. So you're the hype man, part of the crew, and you're also an artist yourself. Yeah, I'm an artist. You know, record under Tone Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Go by Lil Dre, DRE. You know what I mean? Straight out of Fallstown. Man, you know, just grinding with the crew, man. Bad. I can dig it. And Josh? What's up, bro? What's happening, man? So tell them a little bit about you. Man, I just do like a little bit of the producing, the mix, mastering. You know, when I'm in the fog, I'm up here in GP. You know, just
supporting Tony and T.
Okay.
Just like the hype man, you know what I'm saying? Doing it.
Man, so you're most located out here in the metro place.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so we got Fallstown to D-Town.
Yeah.
Always.
Connection.
And so Drew, tell us a little bit. So you got your team, anything special? You know, I know y'all focus on the Jet Life, so anything special with the whole team right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. We got a lot of different stuff coming out. We actually got the mixtape, the TGA Tone Gang Army coming out. It's my boy Lil Dre. Like I said, my boy Jay Smooth over here, man, he does his thing. He's part of the camp everywhere we go. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure that we got it all situated, you know. But we got the Jet Life album coming out. We got the TGA mixtape coming out. We got the new radio single coming out. We got a lot of stuff popping off in California within the next 2 months. So we really just on this Jet Life stuff, man, and just trying to make a movement as best as we can.
Man, you talk a lot about Cali, man. You like that Cali out there, huh?
Well, man, I went out to Cali, man, and I just started meeting a whole bunch of connections with a bunch of different record labels and stuff like that, and about to go on tour out there in California, and just doing my thing, man, just grinding, man. Over there, it just seems like there's like a big movement out there. So
yeah,
like it's Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be Hollywood living, you know?
Yeah, I know the feeling, man. Time to turn up out there in California, man. And so, hey, man, I appreciate everybody coming out today. So, do you have any social networking that they can contact you at?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at jsmooth_TGA. You can find me on Instagram at jsmooth_TGA.
All right. Lil Dre?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook. My page is Lil Dre 940. Then you can find me on Twitter too, Lil_Dre. Yeah, Dre. That with a 3, you know what I'm saying?
I like them shades, man. You know what I'm saying? Kind of fly.
That's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what's up, man. All right, cool, man. So, anything else, man, that you wanna tell the people? Put out there for TGA, for Jet Life.
TGA.
What we say? When is Jet Life dropping, man? When is that? When can we expect that?
Jet Life is gonna be dropping. We're shooting around April 10th. We're actually shooting the video this weekend to the actually that song y'all just heard, Party Party Party. Okay. So we're actually doing like a album release party / video release party. So you can download the whole Jet Life and you can download the video and everything like that. So we're looking at about April 10th is when we're dropping the whole thing. So really excited about the whole project, man. Like literally, I literally started it a month and a half ago, and I just been on this. Man, I gotta write this.
You wrote the whole album?
The whole album.
Recorded it?
Recorded it, everything.
In about 6 weeks?
Yeah. Focused. I jumped in, man, I was in the club every single night, you know what I'm saying? Just listening and just chilling and partying with, you know what I'm saying, doing what we do, you know, being around that environment, and it just kind of just brought a whole nother side out of me. I've actually got a album called The Invitation that I was gonna put out, but it's real deep, you know what I'm saying? It don't have as much commercial stuff on it, and like I said, I'm about to go on tour. I got a lot of other stuff going on, so I was like, you know, I need to put something out more for the radio, more for you know, radio, club, stuff like that. So came out with the Jet Life. Took me less than a month and a half. I'm here today, man, and it's already in the mix and mastering processes.
Oh, and so you got that. Then you still got the invitation.
Yeah.
That you're gonna drive once you get the attention. The invitation.
Once I got the attention, man, it's the invitation, man. Is dope, man. So I can't wait. Like I said, man, I do it for the music. You know what I'm saying? And man, this music that I got, man, the world's gotta hear it. They gotta hear it. So, and you will. You know what I'm saying? Follow me, man. Like I said, Drew the Hustler.
Very soon. And then you're about to say something about TGA. What you got going on with that?
TGA, man, that's the clique, man. That's my team. You know, shout out to Monster. He ain't here today. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Quentin, Kilo G. You know what I'm saying? We here, man. We in the building. Shout out Fallstown. Shout out DJ Kid. Shout out DJ Savoy. Shout out everybody over there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's on the record. David Ledesma, Justin Ray, Casper. Man, if I don't mention you, man, my bad, man. But I mean, it's kind of hard when you're just sitting right here, man. But shout out to everybody in Fallstown, man. Real Life No Movie. Everybody out there doing their thing, man. Shout out to Bossolini, Royalty Records. You know, I mean, we here, Fallstown. We here. We ain't going nowhere. So we gonna put our mark on the map, man. And you got the man right here in front of you.
Cool. So hey, you got it right here. Drew the Hustler, here to put Fallstown on the map. Again, if you don't know where that is, that's Wichita Falls, Texas, baby. You know, we're gonna about to wrap this up, and I definitely appreciate everybody coming through.
I appreciate you having us
once again.
Sure.
Hey man, we get that video, definitely. You know, I want first dibs. You know, to play that video. You know, if that's okay with you.
For sure.
Hey, Jay Smooth, appreciate you coming on out here. But once again, man, you already know it's InTheMixLive.com. You know, IDML 2014. So look for us out and about in the city. And holla at your boy, man. It's the BUV, the Underground Movement. We'll see you next time.